There's something undeniably captivating about abandoned locomotives, left to decay in forgotten corners of the world. These once mighty machines, now rusting away, seem to call to us with an irresistible pull. But why are we so drawn to these relics of the past? Perhaps it's the sense of mystery. Each derelict train tells a story, though its voice is muted by time. We're compelled to ask, where did it go? Who were its passengers? What happened in its final days? The layers of rust, peeling paint, and broken windows seem to whisper hints of lives once connected to this now forgotten machine. It's as if the locomotive is frozen in time, waiting for someone to unlock its secrets. There's also an undeniable beauty in decay. The weathering of metal, the encroachment of nature, and the way light filters through broken panels create a scene that feels both eerie and serene. What was once functional and bustling with energy is now quiet and still. In this stillness, we see art. The juxtaposition of human creation and nature's slow reclaiming process invites us to stop and appreciate the passing of time. It's a reminder that everything, no matter how powerful or grand, eventually succumbs to nature. More than that, these locomotives represent a connection to the past. They were once alive with the heat of steam or the hum of an engine, carrying passengers on journeys, transporting goods, and playing vital roles in people's lives. When we see a derelict locomotive, we can almost hear the echoes of the past, the hiss of steam, the clanking of metal, the hum of conversations as people prepared to embark on new adventures. These machines once had a life, and it's hard not to imagine them as living, breathing entities, full of purpose and energy. In a way, these old trains are like time capsules. They embody a period when rail travel was the lifeblood of cities and towns. The cold metal, now rusted and silent, once pulsed with life, warmth, and movement. The sweet smell of oil, the rhythmic sound of the wheels turning on the tracks, it all feels distant yet familiar. When we stand before an abandoned locomotive, we're not just looking at an object. We're connecting with a piece of history, a fragment of life that's been preserved in its decaying state. But why do we give these cold, lifeless machines a kind of soul? Perhaps it's because they were so intertwined with human life. Locomotives weren't just objects. They were companions on countless journeys. They carried hopes, dreams, reunions, and farewells. They were a part of people's lives, and in that way, they absorbed a kind of spirit, a sense of having lived alongside us. The derelict locomotive, then, isn't just a relic. It's a reminder of impermanence. Its decay mirrors our own fleeting existence, and in that, we find a strange sense of comfort. It becomes more than metal and gears. It becomes a symbol of the passage of time, of life lived, and of stories left behind. And so, we are drawn to them, to explore further, to stand in their presence and wonder about the lives they touched, the places they travelled, and the journeys that ended too soon.